Good morning, everybody. How y'all doing? Hope you're doing well. I'm definitely doing better today after everything that happened with the oops. Yeah, I wound up taking a day off yesterday so I could recuperate and so forth, try and get some sleep and also make sure I didn't have any further issues or what have you. Because sometimes, the rebound, well, sometimes rebounds can take a couple of days too, but at least, oh, excuse me, in the immediate aftermath, I didn't have to worry. But anyway, yeah, I kind of got some sleep, caught up on some sleep yesterday, so. But anyway, in the meantime, she is doing a lot better. I think she's watching a squirrel right now in the window. Just the way she's kind of sitting there and everything. It's like, I think she's watching a squirrel. So, but, yeah, she's gotta be. But she's definitely feeling good too. I kind of had to hog tie her down so I could give her a brushing yesterday. She kept laying on top of me, and all this hair just keeps, because it's that time of year, shedding and so forth, and I'm just like, oh. So I'm like, come here, you. So I started brushing her, and she was fine there. The one brush that she really hates are those. She's fine as long as I'm using the wire brush, but if I'm using the ones where it's supposed to get up underneath and get all of the up underneath or whatever, she absolutely hates that brush. But that's the best brush for her, to be perfectly honest. And that one, I really have to hog tie her down to really just sit there and just dig and dig and dig. No matter what, she absolutely hates it when I try and brush her tail. Do not try and brush her tail. Oh my gosh, it's the end of the world. Yeah, but I was able to at least, I pulled out quite a bit of fur. She feels better. It's like, right, you won't be scratching so damn much. I told her right out, I'm like, you'd feel even much better if you'd let me give you a bath. Get some, some medicated shampoo, some moisturizing shampoo in there and so forth, No. Yeah. She's like, just, no. You done watching Squirrely Squirrel? Want to say hi? Say good morning. Yeah. She's just been a little bit sassy butt here lately. But of course, then when I call her that, she's just like, no, I'm not a sassy butt. But you are a sassy butt. And it's funny, too, whenever the other two cats are both males, both little boys. Now, when they come into the room, oh my goodness. Now, she is hissing and growling at him and even trying to pick a fight with him. It's like, yeah, I keep telling you, they don't have nails. They're declawed in the front. You're not. So you can swat them and there's not going to be an issue. There did almost wind up being a little bit of a fight up underneath the bed the one day. But, yeah. Of course, Mom stepped in. No worries there. Mom will. I'm trying to let them sort things out amongst themselves, too. And also get her to try and defend herself for a change. And don't worry, I protect her. But I let it go. So she can learn. But I let it go until a certain point, and then I step in. No matter what, I'll always protect my baby. But she's getting some confidence. And standing up to the boys. And letting them know who's boss. But she definitely does not like them in the room. even though she teases them through the door, especially the one. Yeah. She definitely teases him through the door all the time. He'll be sitting there on the other side of the door trying to see through or what have you, and there she is on the other side taunting him. She's a tease. I know she is. No, I'm not. Yes, you are. You're a tease. No, girl. But anyway, yeah, I'm right. Yes, you are. Silly girl. So, back to work today. Fortunately, it's only going to be about 70 today, but tomorrow we're supposed to be jumping back up into the low 80s. And we're supposed to be 88 by Sunday. And I'm going to be, I'm going to be working the next several days. And unfortunately, when we tried to install the window AC unit the other day, plugged it in, the compressor wouldn't turn on. It wouldn't click over. So, it was funny because we were like, oh, just give it a minute. It'll be fine. It'll be really cold in there before you know it, this and that and everything. And I'm just like, no, it's not. I know AC units. I lived with them for 20 years, 20 plus years. And this one is not going to click over. That compressor it was just stuck in fan mode. And that compressor just would not click over, period. It was just blowing out hot air. Basically, it was actually wound up being cooler outdoors than indoors. I finally was just like, hey, can we get this thing back out? Because it's nothing's happening, and it was sweltering in here. So I know I'm trying to save my money so I can go back out driving, but unfortunately it looks like I'm going to have to buy an AC unit. So small steps. So I'm hoping next week, because I'm off Tuesday, Wednesday. Next week, Wednesday, I have doctor's appointment with the endocrinologist, so I have to make that appointment. So maybe on Tuesday I can run over to DMV and see about getting my license switched over. At least I still need to get groceries. I'm still going to need to be able to cook, bake, or whatever, all that sort of good stuff. So I still have to be able to get groceries somewhere in there. So maybe I can at least get that taken care of, but we'll see. It's in hopes I could hold on to as much money as I possibly can, just in case I might need to make a jump or what have you, but I don't know. I'll have to see. So, we'll see what happens. All I know is I'm going to be doing as little as possible until I can put in my notice. Because I just don't care. I plain flat out don't care. So don't get me wrong, I'll still do my job or what have you, but I don't care. Plain and simple. So yeah, and I just prefer I realize I'm, giving up benefits or what have you, but it's not worth it to me. It's not worth other things that I'm giving up. And that's what it boils down to. Yeah. Yeah. It's not worth it to me. And that's why I'm doing it. There's one reason why. I'm actually going down a road that I wanted to go down. I've been trying to go down. And I feel like I'm being called to do it now. So, yeah. Yeah, the biggest reason why I need to get an AC unit in here is primarily because of her. You know, I don't want her to suffer. And they don't either, don't get me wrong. This is basically like an attic bedroom, okay? This one and the master are both attic bedrooms. And so, but this room, it really bumps up against the attic over there, which is faces the west side of the house. It does act as a buffer, against that west side of the house, especially with that afternoon, evening sun. But the door to the attic is like right here, right in front of me. And there is like a little bookcase in front of it, and it is latched, so it can't open. But a lot of hot air comes through that. So, but with the bookcase there, it does kind of act like as a buffer a little bit. But yeah, I'm thinking that there's this one AC unit I saw. I did check Walmart. They had selling this brand I'm not the least bit familiar with. It's like, yeah, I've never heard of this one before. But I looked at Lowe's, and they're selling GEs. So I'd much rather go that route. And they have one that's a 6,000 BTU. I was looking at the 5,000, and after doing a kind of a rough measurement in here, it's like, yeah, it's about 150 square feet, thereabouts. But I'm a little concerned with that attic, because of course, it's the AC unit has to go kind of around the corner here with this east window, and then it's pushing up against that hot air there. And I didn't take into account the closet that's wide open there either. So, yeah, it was kind of a rough, 150. So I'm concerned with the 5,000, with what they were showing, with that it does 150 square feet. I'm like, my intuition is kind of telling me to go with the 6,000. That goes, I think I was reading it's like 250 or something like that. But I think I'd feel a lot better. It's just a little bit too small, especially with that attic situation. So I'm like, okay, I'm leaning towards it. Yeah, it's a little bit more in price, but I figured I already talked to Rick about it, and but he's like, double check with Angie. She's a little bit more familiar with the room, so she's off today. Excuse me. So I figure, okay, I'll talk to her, even if I have to place the order myself, and then have somebody go and get it so we can get it installed before tomorrow. Because Rick, he was supposed to be off. He actually is off tomorrow with his store, but he's going to be going and helping out another store tomorrow morning. So there's not going to be a whole lot of time, and I have to be to work by 1 o'clock tomorrow. So today it's 2. Yeah, I have a 2 to 11 today. So, but anywho, so anyway, yeah. We gotta protect this one from all that icky heat. Yeah. We gotta protect this little one. Yeah, we do. And make sure she's okay. And it's actually really chilly in here. It's funny because they had the AC still going last night. And I'm like, you do realize it's cooler outside than it is in here right now. And I had my windows wide open. I'm like, actually, it was cooler in my room than the rest of the house, because I had both the windows open. And it was pretty, really nice and cool. Oh my goodness, such a pretty face. See a buggy? Oh, okay. Yeah, and I took opportunity to sit outside for a little bit yesterday. Excuse me. I sat outside at there's a little picnic table that's right there below my window. Sat there for a little bit. Actually, Angie just got done refinishing it. And then I also laid out in the grass for a little bit. That was nice. Thought about maybe doing some sewing, but oh well. I'm not too worried about it. Yeah, just felt good, you know. Just felt really, really good. Just chilling out, you know. So, taking it easy. Worked on more or less getting my sugars back to normal. So, yeah. She's watching them mow the lawn next door. Oh yeah, I did post a video, kind of a short video showing all the green grass around here. It's beautiful. It's total different from what I posted a couple months ago with pictures, or I think I may have posted a video. I don't remember. Yeah, I think kind of getting some flashbacks. When I go, there's like a little breezeway that goes from the house out to the garage, and that's where they keep the trash can, and it's enclosed, and there's a screen door that goes into the backyard, and another one that goes out to the side. And I mean, every time I walk past and I see the front, or I get, yeah, the side and not the back. What you do? Oh my goodness, I know you've been digging so much there. At least at nighttime when I go and throw something out in the trash, I've been getting little flashbacks to when I first got here with all the snow and ice and so forth, and it's like, yeah, come a long way in this short amount of time, that's for sure. And I also took some pictures of Angie's bleeding hearts that she has planted up front, so that they're posted on the community page of the YouTube channel. I forgot to post them on the blog, so they're up there on the community tab of the YouTube page if you want to see them. Very beautiful. I know she's done a good job with the flower beds. I love them. One day. But that's the thing. I want to do it my way. And that's the reason why I'm very happy. I actually enjoyed doing it in many ways. Yeah, there's nothing's perfect. There's always going to be bitching, moaning, and complaining, no matter what. But this time though, I'm making the choice instead of being forced into it all. That's the big difference. So, I know. Oh, scratch me, Mommy. I know. I really wanted to get her in, have him take a look at her ears. See, she's still. Here, see how she just. If I start doing that, oh, just dig, Mom. I mean, I'm not digging in her ear. I'm digging outside her ear. I know. That's the other thing too. I really wanted to get her in. That's why I'm in such a dilemma. I need to take care of her. If I have to, I'll wait. But I'll see what happens. So yeah, I know. At this point, I'm more thinking of my soul, partly my sanity, because I'm just totally not happy. And I'm also thinking of my soul, how how much I feel like I'm being crushed working there. Yeah. If I stick my finger in there, oh, she just goes nuts. Oh, she's just like, you see what I mean? I kind of wonder if there's something going on deep inside there. Yeah. She's like, why'd you stop, Mom? You're able to get your finger in there. I know that. I just wonder if there's something going on deep inside. Yeah. But and the main cost is going to be the car rental. That's what I'm mostly concerned about. And I'd like to be able to stash away some money too. Have a little bit of a nest egg or what have you before I make the jump. Alright. I know what I have to do. Because I still have to. And who knows, maybe something else will materialize instead of doing that. Don't get me wrong, it's not my ideal situation. I know what I'm facing with it all. But at the same point, I know that it's the most conducive for what I'm looking for, which is, of course, my freedom, my independence. I feel like I've gone back to high school, with working this situation, where you have to have a bathroom pass. Fortunately, I don't have to worry about any of that. You just go take your breaks whenever, and so you don't have to deal with that, fortunately. But still, just the reminder yesterday with having to call in or what have you. It's and I get the reason why, so they know, or this or that or whatever. But, oh, well, you're going to have a mark against you, or just, like, I give a fuck, I'm not well. You really think that somebody who is not feeling well gives a shit? It's like, that's what I mean, that childish, immature sort of thinking or whatever. It drives me nuts. It's like, seriously, and I get it, I understand, and so forth, but it's just, like, whatever, fuck off. That's the way I look at it. It just, yeah, I mean, whereas I've been the last 7 years doing my own thing, if I don't go to work, I don't go to work, I don't get paid, same thing here. What the fuck is the difference? I know they need to know, so they know how to proceed, blah blah blah. I get all of that, but it still doesn't. I know it makes me. I feel like I'm in prison. Is what I feel like. I realize prison is much worse. You're dictated much more. You can't even leave the premises or whatever. But yeah, that's kind of how I feel. And it's not me. I mean, it's a good company to work for if you have that sort of personality. I'm not that personality. I'm not the 401k type. And I know I've said that before. I'm somebody who just, I've always been very independent. I've always been my own boss, for the most part. It's something I've always wanted to do, and I have been doing it for the last 7 years. But, yeah, I miss it. Big time. Big time. So, I want to try and stash away as much money as I possibly can. I think I might have enough food until Tuesday so I can run and get groceries or at least maybe order or something. I don't know. I'll have to see. I think I should. I think I should have enough. So I've also got some chicken, a package of chicken in the freezer still. And I can always see about stopping off at Walmart, pick up a package of hamburger, and do some cooking. Yeah. I got some peas. I can get some carrots. Hey, that sounds good, actually. I might do that. Sack of flour. I do need flour. But, yeah. Had to throw out all my apples. I had 2 apples I had bought when I went to Walmart the other night. I had gotten a bag of oranges and a bag of apples. I got the bag of apples home and they were rotten. That's Walmart produce for you. It was bad enough out there where at least we were closer to the produce fields. Now here it's like, oh gosh, it's even worse. I'm throwing out more than what I'm saving. Of course, everybody keeps telling, oh, wait for the farmers markets. Well, in the meantime, I gotta buy this rotten produce. But what I did was I took the apples. It was just a couple of them. And I don't even think they were the type apples that were on the bag. That's what was bad. That was listed on the bag. It's what I mean. Because I'm like, these don't taste like Pink Ladies. Pink Ladies are a little bit on the sweet side. And these definitely were not Pink Ladies. And then they were cutting them. And they look fine. But then I'm biting into them. And I'm like, ew. Mildew. I mean, nasty mildew taste. And I washed them beforehand. And there was one apple that was definitely rotten. It didn't take long and it went rotten on me. I'm like, oh, this is ridiculous. It's one of the reasons why I do miss back west. So you're closer to those fields so you get the better produce. I don't know. But anyway, so I took the apples and cut them up and then tossed them over there by the bird feeder for the squirrels. So we'll see. We shall see if they've eaten them all already. Yeah. Look at her. She's all nice and content with her mommy. Yeah, she's all nice and content with her mommy. I know. So, in the meantime, I will make my plans. I will make my way into, and yes, I'm fully aware of the situation with the snow and so forth. But that's been part of this process, overcoming my fears. And it's time, it's time for this chapter to close. And time for me to move on. In the meantime, I'll just do what I can to save my money and go from there. Yeah. We'll see about going from there. Maybe I'll try cleaning your ears myself. Never done that before. See if maybe that might help. If she'll let me, of course. It's tough enough trying to brush her. She doesn't mind brushing. It's the other brush she does not like. But there's certain areas that she does not like to be brushed. Like her tail. And her tail desperately needs to be brushed. Yeah, I'm talking about you. And yeah, I'm marking her foot like she likes. Silly girl. That little tummy. I'm gonna get me that little tummy. Give me that little tummy. Give me that little tummy. But yeah, I do know I need to get her into the vet possibly on Tuesday. So I'm going to play it by ear a little bit, see what happens on Monday, and then we'll possibly see about making that appointment on Tuesday, because my doctor's appointment is on Wednesday. So we'll see. Just try and do my best to save as much money as I possibly can. Yeah, right. But I do know that I gotta get her in. She's got some scarring on her chin, her little chinny chin, from her scratching so damn much. Find out what's going on with all this itching. But I also know that I gotta pay for an AC unit too, which is gonna be even more vital. Yeah, right. So, anyway, like I was saying, that's what it boils down to, is I'm just trying to do things that are a little bit more conducive to my personality and not deal with bullshit. Because I don't want to. I don't want to deal with it. And this isn't what I signed up for. I expected something different, you know. But of course you don't know until you try or whatever. And it just didn't. And I don't know, maybe I should have asked more questions. Well, that's the problem. I didn't know what sort of questions to ask until I know, I'm in that situation. I don't know what questions to ask. Who does? So, I don't know. I was kind of in hopes of maybe, just helping people out. Maybe, do some stocking, all this sort of stuff, but not sales pressures, meeting goals, all that sort of stuff. It's like, that's not me at all. So, and I know there's the question, well, what about just switching over to another role? Well, I still have the issue with, okay, like take yesterday. All right, initially, I went ahead and called out. But after laying down, got a little bit of sleep or whatever, I felt fine. I could have gone out to work. That's all I needed, was a little bit of sleep. But no, now I have to miss a full day's worth of work. This is what I mean. This is what the sort of things that I'm talking about. I could have gone in, done some work or whatever. But unfortunately, I've already called out. So, okay, well, maybe you could have called and just missed a few hours or something. Somebody could throw that at me. Well, I don't know until, I could have woken up and been in a worse situation. This is how I woke up and I'm feeling fine. Right. It's just, I don't know. I miss my flexibility. I miss that. That freedom, that independence, instead of kind of living under a dictatorship, basically. So, and as far as my sensors are concerned, with what I was saying, well, the company is basically dictating that. The only way that I can get them is through this one mail order company. And I had to place the order 2 weeks in advance. Yeah, you're supposed to get a 90-day supply, which I'm questioning because of what happened with my syringes. It was supposed to be a 90-day supply for $9, and I got 2 boxes for $18. I don't know. Something's off there, but I'm like, I was too desperate at that point to sit around and argue about it. So I just went ahead and did it. Then again, it could just be the prescription that I had on file with what the previous doctor had ordered. So I don't know. I'm just whatever at this point. But as far as the sensors are concerned, it's supposed to be a 90-day supply. Of course, I had to find out. I'm supposed to pay 20%, but of course I'm not going to know what that 20% is until it goes through. And I'm kind of questioning. But in order for me to order them, have to give them 2 weeks, and then it takes 1 to 2 business days. That's 2 business weeks. In order for me to get my sensors. So I placed the order because I need my sensors by Tuesday. So I went ahead and placed the order for using the voucher that I got from Abbott to take care of my sensors for this month. So I've also got that expense that I have to pay for. That's why I'm trying to be very careful. I've got that, and I've got the endocrinologist. I've got to pay for that appointment, which is $50. If I wind up losing my job in the meantime, I asked them how much out of pocket is. They'd require a $150 deposit, and then they bill you the rest later. And if I do wind up losing my job, I'm going to need probably, I'm figuring around about $500. Actually, $550 with the insurance. The extra insurance I'm going to have to pay also. In order for me to get out on the road. So yeah, we're looking at a bit. I mean, I got paid, it's a full paycheck this time, but I need to be careful, especially if I wind up losing my job. And I'm not too sure, especially since it hasn't been 3 months since I've been working there. We're coming up on 2 months next week, I believe. It's either next week or the week after is when that 2-month mark will happen. And I'm not even too sure if I can collect unemployment. So I'm having to be careful. So let's face it, I have missed some work. Oh, they'll probably do a warning, good talking to, or whatever. It's like, okay, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Of course, I'm not going to tell them that. Okay, I understand. I just don't care what people put priorities on. I don't care. So anyway. But in the meantime, something else might happen. We'll see. Yeah, right. All right. I should let you go. I know I keep watching her. She's such a cutie. All right. I should let you go so I can get myself moving and get myself to work. At least I have a couple of people I don't mind working with. I don't mind seeing at work, but it's not enough to keep me there. So, but anyway, I know, I'm such a cranky old kook. It's not that. I realize you're supposed to go inward for your peace and happiness and joy and so forth. Well, that's what I'm doing. surrounding myself, basically. Alright, I'm gonna go. I love you guys. Talk to y'all soon. Love you.